It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tip-off coming up shortly from Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors will be going up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, one thing we know, they feel they match up well in this contest. It's obviously an opponent they're confident going up against. We won't have to wait long to see if that confidence is well-founded. There are a wide...
You play it in your system every night now. Not like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep, I never felt. Not like half man, half amazing. No doubt. Not like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep, I never felt. Not like man, half amazing. No doubt. Not like.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, guys, Draymond Green's competitive fire is one of the big keys for the Warriors. He said, that's one of my biggest responsibilities, to be the vocal and emotional leader of this team. We have a lot of guys that are more on the quiet side. Nobody was willing to take that role. We'd just be a bunch of church mice. I thought, why not me? It's a natural for me anyway. Kevin?
He's the glue that holds a team together, DA. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. Tonight, a matchup between two great teams. Certainly potential playoff ramifications down the road. Brent, what extra importance does this game have, do you think, if any?
Well, sometimes, Kevin, in matchups like this, coaches aren't concerned with what it is that they know. They'd like to get to the unknown. So there may be some rotations that we'll see tonight that are a bit different than what we saw in matchups in the past, for coaches to expose their players to that opponent and their style of play. That could pay dividends if they do match up come playoff time.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Morris is the 4 with Horford in the middle. Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Hayward in at the 3. It's deflected.
That's great anticipation by Pachulia, using his length to turn that shot away.
Curry outside. And no good that time. And it's Boston the other way. Hayward passes to Irving. At the elbow, Horford.
And Al Horford, just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing.
Some great defenses can be built on these two R's, reacting and recovering. And you can see that the Warriors are one of the top teams in doing just that. Great help defense, great rotation, and communication. Big reason why they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage against last season.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually when he's hot, he stays hot.
And for the Warriors, a lot of talk before last season was centered around how they would protect the rim with changes at the center spot. Turns out they would be just fine.
Well, they already had that guy, Draymond Green, who's a heck of a defensive player, and he won the Defensive Player of the Year award. But it was Kevin Durant and how he was going to fit in. I think the one thing I appreciate most is that for a great player like Durant, who'd won an MVP, had been in the finals, is a perennial scoring leader in the league, that he went about his business accepting the responsibility of what he needed to do defensively for the Warriors to maintain championship caliber play. It was a remarkable year for him on that end of the floor. I watch Klay Thompson, and I see a player at that position who is as complete as you want in an offensive package. He can hurt you from deep or going to the rim, and guys defensively just never feel comfortable when you're trying to slow him down.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Thompson, so much of why he is effective, Brent, is that he has a myriad of ways to hurt you. Great post-up game, and he's really improved greatly on his finishing.
Well, everybody talks about Klay Thompson doing a better job of mixing it up. But the fact of the matter is this Golden State offense is predicated on players moving without the basketball. And Klay Thompson, certainly one of the most dangerous players in the league, much like Rip Hamilton during his years in Detroit. A weapon as soon as he caught the ball off of that movement.
Now, here is Irving. Picked by Horford. Here's Morris. Green with the block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
The wide open look for Durant. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by Thompson.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
Irving kicks to Morris. Picked by Horford. Morris with the bucket.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Curry on the wing. He dishes it to Pachulia. Over Horford. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Horford with the screen on Curry. Irving kicks to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Golden State gets called for the foul.
And there had been a will he or won't he feeling with Gordon Hayward's free agency. Tough choice, I got to believe, for him to leave Utah, but you can see why he wanted to join forces here with the Celtics.
Free throw drops for Hayward. And Boston was the heavy favorite to sign Gordon Hayward, and ultimately the opportunity was just too hard to pass up.
And he's reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. This team has a great path to make a deep playoff run, and this just adds another star to a very balanced roster.
He's perfect from the line this time.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Durant with a screen on Irving. Curry kicks to Thompson. Offensive rebound. And Green gets it to go.
Draymond Green is not going to stop on the inside. Just keeps fighting and fighting on the glass.
Passes it to Horford. High post try. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Feeds it to Curry. Durant for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Durant's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, the the great three-point shooters of our generation. It's practically a layup for Durant at this stage.
Pick by Horford. Here's Irving. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
A guy who converts well at the rim. You like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Now here's Curry. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Irving's got the ball. Horford missing again.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Irving passes to Smart. Fires the three. Horford. And it's Horford with the extra effort.
You have got to box out Horford on the glass, given his size and his strength. Nice persistence by him to grab the rebound.
Now here's Iguodala. Kicks it to Thompson. Poked loose. Outside Irving. The 11-footer. The second effort. And Horford lays it up and in. Horford's got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Curry against Irving. Curry dishes to Durant. Green with a screen on Morris. Up off the screen. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
That's a big-time finish. KD dunking all over the defense.
Now Irving. Picked by Horford. Hayward outside. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. Over Iguodala. Warriors with the rebound. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Smart. He's covered by Thompson. Smart with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Morris a screen. Irving for 3. The shot misses.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 1. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too. Not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, they're attacking the rim in more than one way, and with that kind of success, you feel like the defense is going to make the adjustment. Then you start playing inside out.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then there's West. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Young in at the 3 spot. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. And the Warriors making a change here. Pachulia has checked in. free throw good for Morris. And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
Now here's Livingston. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Here's Rozier. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's McCall. To the paint. Here's Pachulia. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. When a team signs Pachulia, they're getting a solid center, Brent, but they're also getting an enforcer for their team.
Well, there are a lot of players in the NBA, Kevin, at the center position who are unwilling to accept maybe what the modern-day center has to do, especially a guy that doesn't have a tremendous amount of skill. That is set screens, go out and rebound, and be an enforcer. That's exactly what Pachulia provided for the Warriors in his first year.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
Here's Rozier. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. The shot's good.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
Now, here is Young. Golden State moving it around. McCall. It's hauled in by Brown.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Tatum kicks to Rozier. There's the screen. There's Brown with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. And it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. He gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Here's Rozier. Pass to Tatum. Young with the steal. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Dishes to West. Now here's Livingston. He's tightly guarded. Back to West. Clock at 4. Over Morris. And the Warriors miss again.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And that one misses. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Green, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Nick Young. Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. Now here's Here's Curry. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Nice recognition from Steph Curry there. Sees the space to shoot into the paint and then took full advantage.
Now here's Irving. He feeds it to Horford. Back to Irving. Picked by Horford. Pulls from the top of the key. Yep, that one goes. Irving's got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics.
You don't want to give Kyrie too much space. An inch, that might be too much.
Thompson outside. There's the pass to Durant. And Tatum pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. The feed to Irving. Puts up a 3. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Green, the screen. There's the dish to Durant. Over Tatum. Again, Durant missing.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Tatum kicks to Hayward. Horford with the screen on Curry. Back to Hayward. Takes a 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Pachulia kicks to Green. Picked by Pachulia. Durant for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Outside Irving. Horford with the screen on Curry. Outside Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Thompson.
And practically doubling his assist totals over the back half of his career. Durant's a more than willing facilitator. Whatever his team needs to win, he'll do it.
Irving attacking, and that one is off. And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
We got to come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo, so just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They stepped up their game in the second quarter, and the score began to tilt in their favor. It's now a 7-point lead for them here at the half. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, this has been a great overall performance. They matched their effectiveness on offense with their intensity on D, and the same all-around effort is going to be crucial.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
They said I couldn't reach Mars, so I turned.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
The second half just about to get going here.
And I gas up another one. Next to my back, another one. Living like Holly. Yeah. with another one.
So it's the Warriors now. They trail by 7. On the court for the Celtics. Hayward outside at the 3 with Morris to his side at the 4. Smart is out there with Irving, and it's Horford in at the center position. Nice work there coming off the screen. Curry's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Warriors. Austin's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Brent, in your younger years, your dad, of course, played for the Golden State Warriors. You have connections with the Bay Area, certainly. Any memories of watching the old Warriors team play?
Well, of course, Kevin. I was a ball boy when I was 4 years old, and I remember getting into the locker room and having a chance to get on the practice court and riding to the arena with my dad. And then my years in high school when I made my way there to watch Run TMC and spent my summers with Chris Mullin trying to get myself ready for the NBA. I love the Bay Area. I love where I'm from, and I have to admit it, I love the Warriors.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
That gives them the lead. That's 10 points for Kevin Durant.
They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And here's Smart. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 6 on the shot clock. Irving for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Launches it. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Durant. And now a 4-point Warrior lead. Curry against Irving. Morris a screen. Hayward kicks to Morris to halt the run. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Morris has got 7 points in the game. Golden State's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Durant. And another basket for Golden State. When a powerful athlete, Brent, like LeBron James, steamrolls his way to the rim, it's so difficult and so much stress on that defense. But who are some of the smaller slashers in the league that can have just as big an effect?
A couple of guys I think about, Kevin, is Otto Porter in Washington, Thad Young in Indiana, and Trevor Ariza in Houston. Although he likes to shoot threes, still a good slasher. Most of these guys, Kevin, play with guys who have the ball a ton. Wall and Beal in Washington, Teague and Paul George. So to be a creative scorer, if you're not shooting threes, you've got to find angles and opportunities as a slasher to put points on the board. Those guys do a pretty good job of it.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. West is checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Draymond Green. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. The free throw drops by Hayward.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league. And couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
No good from Durant. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. McCaw misses. And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Golden State's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Over in the corner, Livingston. Down low, here's West. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. And the Warriors lead by 1.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. There's a good screen for 3. Hayward hits the three-point bomb.
Timeout.
Hayward's got 11. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Timeout called the Warriors. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Checked in for Young. And then for Boston, Tatum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Livingston kicks to McCaw. To the middle. Ripped away. Now Tatum. The 11-footer. Hits some rim on the way in. And the bucket's good. And the Celtics lead by 4.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Iguodala kicks to Livingston. 1:29 left to play in the third. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feet.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Smart with the ball, guarded now by Durant. Brown outside, and there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, team's first.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. There's the pick. On the wing, it's Iguodala. He's covered by Brown. Livingston with it. A floater. West passes to Livingston, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Livingston's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
Smart kicks to Brown. Baseline J on the way, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Brown is a guy who is constantly seeking contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Brown.
And you look at this Celtics roster, a bevy of long, athletic wing players. They seem to be taking a cue from teams like the Warriors, who have found success with defensive switching and positionless basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West. Thompson comes in for Kevin Durant. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Patrick McCaw.
And the Celtics, as you see, are stockpiling wing forwards. Brown, Tatum, Hayward. And we're seeing those guys lining up at the 2, 3, and 4. It gives Brad Stevens tremendous roster versatility.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, after nearly being out of the league, Livingston has found an incredible role, a true warrior.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And he makes the first. He's off on the second. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Brown dishes to Irving. Back to Brown. Picked by Horford. Jumper off the screen, and it comes off the front of the rim. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Celtics out in front, leading by just 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Hey, we're doing so many good things on offense. Keep moving it. Keep looking for it.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. The Celtics with the lead. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. And it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Warriors' 5. Morris with the bucket.
This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
Curry against Irving. Picked by Pachulia. Curry passes to Thompson. Irving against Curry. Golden State moving it around. From down in the low post, it goes.
Steph doing a better job as he gets on in years at changing his speeds. That time on the burst gets the 2.
Irving kicks to Horford. Back to Irving. Picked by Horford. Brown right side. Horford in the post. Pachulia covering. Horford no luck. Iguodala outside. He kicks it to Curry. Green with a screen on Morris to take the lead. Curry's shot is off. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Irving on the money from 12 feet away.
Kyrie made enough room to get the shot off there. The in-between game right now he's showing off is precise.
Iguodala outside. Here's Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. That's now 8 points for Klay Thompson.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Morris with the ball. Outguarded by Pachulia. Morris into the lane. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got his 5th rebound in this one. Green dishes to Curry. Outside, Green. On the wing, Thompson. Green, the screen. Outside, Curry to take the lead. Offensive rebound, Pachulia. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Pachulia not afraid at any time out there on the basketball floor of getting hit.
Shooting for Golden State, Zaza Pachulia. At the line for 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And the veteran Pachulia is a physical presence, a guy you hate playing against, but someone you love if he's on your team.
Boston making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
Horford, no luck.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Iguodala kicks to Curry. And the 3 off target.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Golden State.
One shot.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
It's Durant on the wing. Pachulia the pass to Durant. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And the first one drops.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
And so Durant nails them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Green, the screen. It's deflected. It's stolen by Morris. Hayward against Durant. Hayward dishes to Morris. Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Curry. Pass to Durant. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Durant's got 11 in the second half. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
Go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Boston again missing. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Curry outside. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Passes to Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Marquise, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Shoot 2. It's the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. So he gets them both.
Well, crucial moment there at the free throw line, and he never flinched.
Pachulia with the screen on Hayward. The screen from Thompson. It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 2. 52 seconds left in the fourth. Dishes it to Durant. Thompson for the triple. Gets the 3 to fall.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And the Celtics with possession here. Outside Irving. Goes up on the wing. It falls.
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Green, the screen. Outside Durant. Back to Curry. Feeds to Pachulia.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tip-off coming up shortly from Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors will be going up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, one thing we know, they feel they match up well in this contest. It's obviously an opponent they're confident going up against. We won't have to wait long to see if that confidence is well-founded. There are a wide...
You play it in your system every night now. Not just like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep, I never felt. Not just like half man, half amazing. No doubt. Not just like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep, I never felt. Not just like man, half amazing. No doubt. Not just like.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Draymond Green's competitive fire is one of the big keys for the Warriors. He said, that's one of my biggest responsibilities, to be the vocal and emotional leader of this team. We have a lot of guys that are more on the quiet side. If nobody was willing to take that role, we'd just be a bunch of church mice. I thought, why not me? It's a natural for me anyway. Kevin?
He's the glue that holds the team together, D.A. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. Tonight, a matchup between two great teams. Certainly potential playoff ramifications down the road. Brent, what extra importance does this game have, do you think, if any?
Well, sometimes, Kevin, in matchups like this, coaches aren't concerned with what it is that they know. They'd like to get to the unknown. So there may be some rotations that we'll see tonight that are a bit different than what we saw in matchups in the past for coaches to expose their players to that opponent and their style of play. That could pay dividends if they do match up come playoff time.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Morris is the 4 with Horford in the middle. Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Hayward in at the 3. It's deflected.
That's great anticipation by Pachulia, using his length to turn that shot away.
Curry outside. And no good that time. And it's Boston the other way. Hayward passes to Irving. At the elbow, Horford.
Loves competition. His competitiveness is off the charts, and that's something his teammates feed off on a nightly basis.
Hayward. No good. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.